cold
Cures.
crack of the beer.
Nice cold cures.
In the Rockies.
So, what's up with the jerseys? Is this the Kroenke Club now?
Yeah, he runs a. I don't know how much he has to do with anything, but you see the results, and this is total by coincidence. I mean, there was no collusion.
You're a liar. you wore these jerseys to spit in my face on the podcast. I see what you're doing.
Like I said,
Yeah, I said something to that effect in the group chat. Yeah.
Wait, you guys made a new group chat without me?
yeah, for the champions.
You
Yeah,
sons
yeah,
of bitches.
Yeah.
How
I mean,
dare you.
it's not really a group chat since there's only 2 people in it. But.
Okay, so if the Titans win a championship, can I be? Well,
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Germany won a championship back in 2014. I should be part of this club.
Who?
Germany,
Okay.
World Cup
you're-
champions. That's me. That's my
Sorry,
team.
look at the hat that you're wearing. Okay? No. You get one team, okay?
I mean,
Get one team.
like I said, if you want to be part of the club, you gotta. I will give you full permission to go bandwagon on an MLB team. Since.
That's
collect
no,
cards
because if
and
I go
everything.
bandwagon on an MLB team, they'll be the worst team in the history of baseball.
Well, just don't pick the Seattle Mariners.
I would
mean,
I would never. There's Seattle Mariner fans and Nebraska Cornhusker fans are pretty much the same thing.
Really?
well,
every
they've never
preseason-
won anything.
Well, I'm talking about like the modern fans. So like every single offseason, all my baseball fans who are Mariner fans, this is the year. We had a great offseason. We collected a lot of good talent. I think we're gonna make it this year. And then they're the worst team in the league.
Did Ichiro and Ken Griffey somehow come back to the team? And
They tried like 2 years ago.
I saw a really funny statistic that showed apparently Mariner players have a really bad luck with getting hit in the balls by baseballs, and so they've had more players hospitalized from
Nut shots? Is
nut
that a
shots
real fact?
than playoff appearances in the last. I think it was like
so it's like the Seattle testicular torsions.
yeah, one guy lost it.
Oh.
He lost one.
Tim, why you should have been using these stats for your balls and bases segment back in the day.
Got to get on TikTok, Tim.
Oh man.
That's where I learned it.
See who thinks TikTok's bad?
Yeah, it's great.
It's a great app, absolutely great app. No,
In
nothing bad
in
at all.
small doses.
Plus, there's a lot of great compilations that tell you like the best insert adjective porn stars here.
So back to your jersey thing. So is Stan Kroenke a billionaire that you actually like, Vince and Tim?
I wouldn't go that far, but he.
I appreciate he's putting his money where it is much deserved.
Yeah,
Like,
sorry, St.
in a good
Louis.
place.
He did do you dirty, but you can't argue with results. And you should have been willing to tear down the Gateway Arch or whatever and build the biggest stadium alive.
What's a little bit of city government debt anyway?
Yeah.
You could St. Louis. You could have had a championship, and you passed.
I mean,
it
they
up.
got the blue. They settled for the Blues a couple of years ago. I mean,
Yeah, hockey championships aren't the same thing.
let's relax there, bud. I know you're salty about having not ever picked a team that's won a championship
or
but
played for a team that's won a championship.
yeah.
Like I might be the biggest loser.
You've come close a couple times, but
Close doesn't pay the bills.
no,
Yeah.
it sure doesn't.
Yeah, even my
I think
high school team had won, a state championship. Like, I mean,
I
like
think-
My
10
freshman-
years
my
before.
freshman football team was city champions.
I think what it is I think that the Titans lost to the Rams in 1999 in the Super Bowl with the Kevin Dyson outstretching his arm, half a yard short of the end zone. That like cursed me for my entire life. And it's like every single championship I competed in or I'm a fan of that my team's in, they lose in that same fashion. It's unreal.
You need to cast a wider net. You got to start following some more sports.
Yeah, I do.
Yeah, and then not pick bad ones, like bad teams.
But I would. I would. So, but yeah, congratulations to Stan Kroenke on having a phenomenal year. Maybe it'll be Arsenal's year then. Maybe it'll rub off on that because
Well, that'd be
owns
awesome.
Arsenal too.
That'd be awesome. That'd be so cool. I don't see it happening, but it'd be really cool.
Man, Stan Kroenke's got it made. Yeah, you got
he's
$1
living
billion. You got 2 championships because of your leadership.
Yeah.
Holy cow!
Your money equals
or at least the
championships.
ability to stay out of the way enough to win or put leadership in place that wins championships.
Yeah, a lot of
I don't
owners
know.
need to take notes on that.
I mean, I don't think he's very hands-on, but
Anyway,
very
point, point being though, congrats Vince on the Avalanche championship.
you.
It was a good game.
Oh, yeah.
They're just,
Best game of hockey I've ever seen in my life.
prove my superstition wrong. I watched the
I
whole
know.
game.
Oh,
I watched the
Oh,
whole
weird. Who would
game.
have thought?
it's I will say I just love the Avalanche story, because they were kind of like the Mariners back. They were really good in the early 2000s, and they dropped off. Joe Sakic retired, and then they sucked forever and ever. Joe Sakic comes back. I just love that the way Avalanche did it is they rebuilt their team in the right way. They trusted the process. They got the right guys in place and gave them time. I mean, the coach you guys hired was a minor league coach.
Yeah, he
was
had no real
NHL
experience.
And they brought him on. He had a really awful first year, and they said, "Listen, we hired him. We're going to give him a chance. We're going to let him do it his way." 4 years later, it pays off.
Yeah,
awesome. You love to see it.
And it was it'll be interesting to see how they do next year. It sounds like a lot of guys want to stick around, so I'm hoping that's the case because they picked a lot of those guys up on trades and I mean they
free agency. And what I mean is they've built a culture that people want to be a part of, that they enjoy playing at. So.
Yeah, it was just so funny though because they also now they have the record for the shortest time the Stanley Cup got dropped.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Over for the pictures.
It almost looked cool, and then dented it immediately.
All these videos of the Stanley Cup. I wish the NFL and other or the World Cup. I wish they did that with these trophies because I love the whole Stanley Cup routine and players getting to party with it for drinking out of it, just going crazy.
The Avalanche had a great tweet too it was like a short GIF of this guy downhill skateboarder. And the caption was just the Stanley Cup every 10 minutes. And it was him just wiping out and just ragdolling down the street. It's great. Yeah.
How much does that thing weigh?
It's not a lot. It's hollow.
Really? Yeah.
It's hollow
but it's huge.
But apparently they have a security guy, a team who goes around with it, with the players. They're the NHL spends money, an annual salary for people to protect the cup. It's awesome.
I mean, the Stanley Cup might be the most awesome trophy in sports.
I agree with that.
It's amazing.
Especially since everybody's name gets put on
other sports leagues should take notes based off of
for sure. Yeah,
the Stanley Cup. Stanley Cup is just so awesome.
It's so cool. Yeah, and it's just a shame that hockey isn't more popular because it's. And I wish the season was shorter because the regular season is just so
it's hard to get.
Long.
It's a slog, yeah.
But the playoffs, are some of the best in sports.
That's what the NFL is great about is it has a nice balance. But at the same time, they're adding more games. It's we're turning into baseball, but well, not really. That's
a bit of a stretch.
I don't like change. I'm an old angry football fan. Happy Independence Day! It is the 4th of July. We're very excited. Happy birthday, George Washington, founding
Abraham Lincoln, Benjamin Franklin. It's crazy though; those guys all had the same birthday. Yeah, it's crazy.
Are we allowed to? Are we still allowed to celebrate George Washington, or has he been completely canceled?
I think there's a statute of limitations on that.
On what?
Maybe.
On I don't know, the past.
Oh, so you're cool. You're cool with the slaves and everything. Wow, Tim.
You're cool with the slaves.
But yeah, I'm very excited. But I think that's a real thing, though. People, canceling historical figures for viewing them in the lens of the 21st century. But I think there is one figure who doesn't get enough credit in this regard: Jesus.
Okay.
I mean, he was. I'm
curious.
He's anti-racism, anti-slavery. He was pro women. He was pro feminism. He was a supporter of all ages.
He hated rich people.
Hated rich people. He was anti-religion. This was all these 2022 years later, and we still can't he owned slaves, or maybe he did this or that. Not there. Clean as a whistle.
Yeah, it's just unfortunate that a very loud
minority,
following, following him have.
Well, you can't judge someone for.
No, and I don't judge Jesus
That
for it.
there's
They're
a
just
very
the
loud
worst.
minority that, in his name, try and push their beliefs on everybody else and make
But
laws
I'm not
for
talking
it.
about that. I'm talking about the historical figure in of itself. You can't cancel the guy because he's
Yeah.
uncancelable.
Yeah.
Because he was ahead of his time,
Mhm.
which is kind of impressive if you think about it. And also, Tim, maybe proof of his deity. Because if people wrote stuff back
'Cause
then,
there was nobody else that was doing what he was doing.
Nope.
I just takes a drink.
I'm no commenting on this.
we focus on all the
I've
bad.
said before that I really do think that Jesus as a figure and what he did or they said he did, great thing to follow, great thing, embody that, but don't try and twist it around and bludgeon people with what you think that he would have wanted because
Anyway, my point is, we always focus on all these historical figures we want to cancel. I just want to give a little bit of credit where credit's due for not having all these allegations come out after, like 2,000 years later, and then people being, well,
Turns out Mary Magdalene was sexually assaulted by Jesus. Is that blasphemy? Did I just blaspheme?
Kind of.
I just blasphemed.
I like it.
if anything, she sexually assaulted him.
Oh.
I mean,
She was ahead of her time, too.
She was the whole. No, Mary Magdalene was a great person, as far as we know. After following Jesus.
Jesus.
Sorry.
You're like
You are
you're
having a rough
bull,
time today,
bull
bud.
in a
I'm
podcast
fidgety today,
booth
sorry.
now.
Yeah.
Yeah,
We
before
got
you
them
guys-
all worked up. Tim.
Yeah.
After Tim had to, derail my little bit with his anti-religion talk.
It seemed like you were goading me into it, so
Everything I do is goading you somewhere or the other. You guys got plans for 4th? Big fireworks?
I'm gonna go hang out down by the river
Nice.
or the lake. I don't know, something.
Some body of water.
Yeah.
Nice.
Wait,
I'm
Tim's gonna
getting the hell out of Lincoln.
Tim's gonna send us a picture. It's gonna be like one of those plastic pools from the Dollar Tree,
Yeah.
hanging out by the water. I told you.
Yeah.
We got brisket coming
Oh.
Monday.
Can I come?
Yeah, you're welcome.
Got family in town visiting and stuff. Yeah, see you guys. Yeah. Vince has brisket.
So I honestly don't know if anybody's bringing fireworks. If I'm being honest, 'Cause I know I'm not gonna.
It's better for the environment not to do fireworks.
Yeah, why we smoke meat.
I'm just looking forward to not being in Lincoln for the 4th because it is kind of brutal when everybody in the neighborhood it's constant and there's just that haze
I love
out
it.
in the country.
Tim's such an
there's
old guy.
you get open air. I don't know. It's just so annoying trying to drive home after the 4th and you
Tim's
have
in
to run.
his house on the 4th of July waving his fist.
Well,
You
it doesn't.
damn kids,
I
it's
think
10
I said this
o'clock.
last year. It really pisses me off when people light shit off in the middle of the fucking street and then act pissed when you're trying to get through.
Yeah, it's the 4th of July.
Yeah, why are you driving around on the 4th of July?
To get the fuck home.
Sorry.
Walk.
No, I'll run over your artillery shells. I don't care.
Wow. I would
That's
shoot an artillery
dangerous.
shell at your car.
That's dangerous.
After they go off.
Oh, okay, yeah.
That's what you think.
Yeah.
And so you're going over and then poor Impala just gets blown to smithereens.
No, usually it's in the Civic, so that it just plows them out of the way. It's too low for it
It's
to go
too low,
underneath.
So you end up just accidentally shooting artillery shells at people because it's loaded in there, and you do, oops, knocked it over, boom.
What happens, happens.
You're ruthless. Yeah, go out in the country. I guess it's weird because 4th of July is like on a Monday, and I think people are going to go hard. People are going to do the July 3rd
Yeah,
and the 4th.
it's
fireworks.
3-day weekend. It falls on the
Oh, yeah.
Mondays. Yeah.
Well, yeah, my neighbor's already straight up like, oh yeah, we're doing it tonight.
And you got this, not to give away, but you got a nice little circle. That's where you can do it in the middle of the street.
I live on a cul-de-sac. Why is that? What's that?
You
giving
just
away?
doxed Tyler.
Yeah.
Tim, seriously.
We've talked about my cul-de-sac. I think we have an episode entitled "Cul-de-sac Wars."
Yeah, that could be. It. Yeah. No, that's a nice little place. You gotta you can compete with everybody in the circle right
I'm
there.
not. You think I'm going to spend the money to compete with other people's fireworks? No,
Yeah, especially this year. Like,
absolutely not.
Really? Has it been bad? Because like every
According to sources, inflation is affecting fireworks.
really, because every
well,
firework
because
stand
of
I-
shipping. more than
every
anything.
firework stand I see has been like 75% off.
Well, yeah,
buy
75
one,
You-
buy one, get 3 free.
Yeah,
I'm just
buy
like,
one for
my-
$40, get 3 free.
And it'll,
right. So I'm
it'll
just saying,
still
how much
add up.
more are you spending? I don't know. I haven't honestly haven't been buying any fireworks this year.
That is
Yeah, I'm going
that is
later today.
marketing, but
Yeah, I
they're
was just
they're more expensive than they have been in the past for sure.
Unbelievable.
Yeah, mostly because of shipping. But yeah, inflation is also a thing. But they have to ship them from China.
Thanks,
and-
Obama.
Yeah.
It's 2008 happening. We told you back then it was gonna come back to bite us.
You got Beijing, Biden in there.
Man, you're sassy today, Tim.
And a bit racist. Just kidding.
Fiery.
I mean, usually a racist gets really pissed off when you call them a racist. So
Also, Tim,
Yeah.
that looks. I haven't seen that jersey yet. It looks good.
it's the first time I've taken it out of the closet. It still had the tag on it when
I
was like, "Ooh, do I take it off? No, I'm gonna wear this."
I need to find a Stanley Cup jersey.
Championship jersey.
No,
They're probably not that
they,
expensive.
they
and you're
add
rich, so-
they add an extra like $40 for the patch. Like,
I'll spend however much.
yeah,
I'll give
Give it all.
I'll give my first child for the
Yeah.
patch, for the championship patch.
I mean, it's,
My kids they're just praying that the Titans don't ever win a Super Bowl. I'll
I don't think they have a lot to worry about.
no, this is the most expensive shirt I've ever bought. I think it's
How much was it?
140 after tax.
That's not that bad.
My regular jersey is $100.
Yeah, this
Yeah,
sounds
that,
like-
that's
I
what
have
that's what
multiple
that's
of
what I'm saying. It's like it's usually 99, and then they add $40.
Yeah, if the Titans win the Super Bowl, I'm getting like the authentic $350 jersey.
That's signed, field worn.
dude, I might get I might get a McKinnon jersey. That dude's awesome and very good looking.
Unlike the Lightning goalie.
Yeah, dude, holy cow, that guy was so good though. We're circling back.
He had a bad night.
I mean,
one of the worst
mean-
nights he can have, probably.
I don't even know about that, man. He was still stellar in goal, and the Avalanche they just piled it on. Like,
He wasn't as amazing as usual. That's like one of
Yeah.
those. That's one of the hard things of being great. Is if you have,
I
if you're-
guess,
if you're only pretty good or pretty
Yeah.
great, then it's like, well, you had a bad day.
yeah,
That's like it was an Aaron Rodgers quote. Is like my off years are career years for other quarterbacks. Yeah, 4th of July. I'm excited. I'm not going to compete with anybody, Tim. This is actually my first 4th of July in this house, in the new garage.
wow.
Because I was on vacation last year, so I'm pretty excited.
Oh yeah.
Got a couch out in the garage. I'm gonna roll out. Dude, we're grilling all day, Got steaks, wings,
Nice.
a bunch of other stuff that Robin's gonna take care of, and I'm just gonna eat.
You just got the meats.
Dude.
I'm a man.
Not
It's
girl, man.
What are we drinking? Budweiser? Or what's the most American beer you could drink?
I mean, Budweiser. They literally
It
come in
is
American.
American. America.
Except they're owned by
Well, we don't talk about that.
a
Tim.
Belgian
If you
company.
just don't think about it, keep it down.
Yeah.
Okay, you just look at the can.
Is it Belgian or is it?
I think it's fresh.
No.
No, it's
that-
Belgian. Wait,
Oh.
I will never drink an Anheuser product.
I'm pretty.
again.
It's owned by Bass,
Let's
which
see.
is InBev.
Who owns Budweiser?
I can't remember where,
Yeah,
but it's
AB
European.
InBev. Okay, let's see.
Oh no.
I told you.
Oh no. His face tells the whole story.
I've betrayed my countrymen a few times over
I
the
thi-
last couple of years. And
I think Miller Coors is still American.
Miller Coors is still sacred. Oh, look, so
Make sure.
So Anheuser-Busch InBev, commonly known as AB InBev, is a Belgian-Brazilian multinational drink and brewing
That's like the
company
double
based
whammy.
in Leuven, Belgium,
You like
and
Brazil,
Sao
Tim?
Paulo, Brazil.
Christo-fascist, but
Oh.
yeah.
It's tragic.
It's a beautiful country, Tim.
Yeah, it's
It's not
beautiful
like-
country.
Why are you talking trash about Brazil? This is a
Because they're ruled by a dictator.
Who cares?
Right, but the people are great. And
Yeah, why do you always judge people based off their governments?
Not judging
And
the
like you
people.
said,
I'm
the
judging the country as a.
Why do you judge the people who
Well,
live
guess
there?
what?
Did nothing
Yeah,
or
wrong?
like it's whatever. Fine.
All right, hold on. Let's narrow this down because maybe our American shipment comes in from Brazil. Maybe it's a little bit cheaper. Then it'd be okay. Or is that still not okay? I guess I made up these rules. So
I mean,
I was about
they
to say
still
you're-
brew it here. It's just the ownership. I mean,
oh yeah, they have
I mean-
headquarters in St. Louis.
yeah. I mean that they still make all the Budweiser and Bud Light here. It's just
So
they're
what's your-
owned by a foreign company.
So what's your ruling here, Tyler?
I think they're.
You definitely seem conflicted.
Yeah,
so
well, I think the fact that they dabble with people from Belgium, I think they're out. They're
Axed,
gone.
yeah.
No longer will I be drinking or supporting Budweiser or Busch. I'll stick to my Miller Coors, true American companies who don't conflict with the integrity of our country and our
if
values.
if Anheuser-Busch was truly an American lager,
They would have closed that Belgium
as soon as
2014, just like
Boom.
that.
they would have been like, "Sorry, we got to cut to all ties. We're now at war."
So, yeah, followers of this Garage Talk podcast, you are no longer allowed to drink.
Miller Coors is owned by Molson of Canada.
Oh,
so-
thank God. It doesn't
Hey,
matter.
that's
to me.
fine.
I'm not a hater.
Canada's cool. Canada's cool.
They provide some
keep-
good beer.
Yep, and we keep kind of putting them in their place during international games. So
Exactly.
Yeah, you can't be
They're
mad.
not.
at-
They're
you
not
can't
in
be
bed.
mad.
They're not in bed with the
Canada.
Belgians, so
Yeah.
it's okay.
Yeah,
So yeah,
okay.
everybody drink
Did he-
Coors.
Yeah.
Miller Coors. This is a huge proponent of Miller Coors Brewing. This podcast sponsored for free just to attack Anheuser-Busch and their communistic ways for affiliating themselves and being in bed with the country known as Belgium.
Or you could just drink a local. That's
Yeah, or
Ameri-
drink
That's
a
pretty.
local brew,
That's
too.
that's pretty American.
Man, that really makes me angry, man.
that's unfortunate.
Because I feel like I have my integrity has been like, what's the word I'm looking at? Jeopardized. My integrity has been jeopardized,
Sullied.
Tarnished.
tarnished because of my own ignorance.
Yeah.
Because I'm telling you, I had a Budweiser. I drank a Budweiser beer, Bud Light. No, it was Budweiser 2 months ago, and I was just pissing on the memory of Tim Howard, and it breaks my heart that I did that. Is there a way to be baptized and repent in a pool of Coors Light?
We can do that.
Just
That'd be a great video.
It would be
It'd
great
also
content.
expensive.
I just get a keg. Man, a keg would even. Guys, we can sign up on Patreon.com/Garage Talk. Let's
need-
fundraise enough money to make a Coors
Tyler needs to be saved.
pool. I need to be cleansed of my sins and
Right.
my former
It
trespasses.
might take a beer exorcism too. I don't know.
What's a beer exorcism?
We could always do a
I don't know.
beer enema.
What's that?
Butt chugging.
You could butt chug a Coors.
I know that might
clean
do it.
you out
That
from
might
the
do it.
inside out.
It's a full body cleanse.
Yeah.
So to speak. What's a beer exorcism look like, Tim?
I don't know. That would exercise the Belgian
Just like
beer
splash,
demons.
splash the holy
made a-
Miller Coors water on you.
And then we'll have two Coors taped together and then two across. Like into a cross.
I mean, it is a silver bullet. I mean, it's
Somebody needs to shoot me with a full Coors can. Take me out. Man, that's a bummer. And for them to advertise America on their advertising, their cans.
I don't
it's a
care where it's
disgrace.
brewed.
Absolutely, it's disgusting.
The fact that you get your money from a Belgian source.
Unbelievable. This is
Unforgivable.
like Nike using illegal child labor sweatshops in China. I can overlook that. That's one thing.
That's fine.
But laying in bed with Belgium, you've gone too far.
Too far.
Worst company on earth.
Yep. Now we're going to cancel Anheuser-Busch. Just get
I
on
can't
there.
believe they got under the radar.
I'm going to Twitter right now.
It's been 8 years. 8 years and nobody's said anything.
We're going to be the first.
We're starting the crusade.
I got you.
Man, that was a real bummer. And now I'm gonna have to yell. Think of this World Cup cycle here in November when it starts. I'm gonna have to go belittle and berate people who are drinking Budweiser, which will take focus off of the game. I'll do it at halftime. I'll belittle and berate people at halftime.
Do you think Anheuser-Busch has a... How do you spell Anheuser?
ANH, and it should.
There it is. They have an at.
Take them out, Vince.
Got him. We're gonna get blocked by Anheuser-Busch too.
Good. we don't want to be
We don't
affiliated
want
with
'em.
their Twitter
We
account.
ain't want them.
This is very old news.
This
but-
It's new to me, Tim. This is disgusting.
Yeah, how
I
are
mean, if
we
you
as
knew this, why didn't you speak up?
I'm pretty sure I've
How many
mentioned
times
it.
have I said Belgium is the worst country on earth, and you just
I feel like we've talked about this maybe with Grady before. I don't know.
No.
we talked about Russian-owned companies because
Yeah.
PBR is owned by Russians.
Bastards. Again, I don't really care too much.
Yeah, it's, as long as it's not Belgium.
Yeah,
you,
yeah.
You could literally a dictator could brew a beer and hand it to me, and I would drink it,
Mm-hmm.
unless he was Belgian. Then I would slap him in the face and probably spit on him.
I don't know.
You don't know what, Tim? We told you you need to get on this train. World Cup is coming up.
I didn't watch it to get that that first hand hate. I just have like this. You're trying to indoctrinate me with the second hand hate, and I just can't get behind it.
Well, I'm telling you now, you cannot drink Anheuser-Busch anymore. Not that you normally do anyway.
Well, I do.
Not anymore,
I enjoy my Natty Light.
Not anymore. If you want to go light, go Keystone.
I mean, I don't enjoy Natty Light, but I do enjoy the Natter Day.
Keystone, you guys need to create something that competes with the Natter Days. I didn't know Anheuser-Busch owned Natties.
The insignia or the Anheuser-Busch insignia is on each can.
I don't look at cans when I drink them, Tim.
Yeah, Natural Light is
I'll
Anheuser.
look to you for approval there, boss.
Can you believe that Anheuser-Busch can advertise themselves as an American beer when they're owned by Belgians? This is our call to cancel them and the disgrace they bring to this great country. Amen.
Perfect. Awesome. Thank you. Tweet.
Follow along at Garage Talk Pod on Twitter. It's usually just Vince fighting other entities.
It's never anything.
Usually with check marks. Check marks.
I also noticed that I never have anything nice to say. It's always me attacking someone or some entity.
Our Twitter is just an outlet for Vince to fight people
It's awesome.
in entertaining fashion. You okay, Tim?
Can I have another beer?
Oh, and the
Drinking all my July 4th beer, yeah.
the family
Myself.
that I went with on vacation, a lot of them are I shouldn't say a lot of them. They're from Ohio, and one of them is even an Ohio State alum, and so they're Ohio State fans, which is fine. I understand. But when I told them that I was blocked on Twitter by Urban Meyer, they were like, "Oh, that's awesome," and I was like, "Oh, nice."
Nobody likes Urban Meyer.
Yeah.
Urban Meyer's wife doesn't even like Urban Meyer. Glad we were able to get to that together.
Urban Wires Mife.
Yeah. He's already drunk.
One Coors in.
Jeez.
It's gonna be a long.
You
flight.
have been taking the day a vacation from beer.
I
Man,
have.
I'm saving you from herself here.
Thanks.
Yeah.
I'm just glad it's a company with integrity and morals.
Mm-hmm.
Molson.
We got a new fantasy football league member.
Woo.
We do.
Yes, we do.
Who's that?
Grady has officially been eliminated from the group.
Excommunicated.
Excommunicated. I'll probably add him in the group chats.
Good.
Just to let him wallow in his defeat. Hey, Grady, you're still welcome to the fantasy draft. If you end up coming to the draft when you're not, we won't get into it, but you're more than welcome. But yeah, Patreon Matt. Congratulations.
Let's hear it for Matt, guys. Welcome to the league. We hate you.
He's gonna learn. I texted him. In my text, I said, "Hey, got an opening for fantasy. Being at the draft is required, and this is about how much money it costs." He said, "Hell yeah, I'm in."
Nice.
So, sorry to Muscular Matt, but this Matt pays us a lot of money, so
Yeah.
I had to give him first dibs.
Yeah.
We'll maybe bring in some expansion teams if
Who's Patreon Matt's team?
He doesn't have one yet.
I mean, wait, he's not into.
What do you mean? Oh, it's
NFL team.
Oh, Kansas City Chiefs.
Oh.
There's gonna be some bad blood at the draft. It's gonna be fun. Yeah, Matt, Muscular Matt, keep your eyes peeled, because I haven't talked to Johnny in a long time on a personal level. So, meaning
we haven't had him at a draft in a long time.
And this is his last chance. I'm saying it now on the podcast. It's live. If John does not come down from his place out of state for this draft, probably gonna out of here.
Mm-hmm.
And then Matt, you're a bit closer. I mean, I don't know. I won't say your location, but you're only a couple hours away, so you could make it. So keep your eyes peeled for next year if this podcast is still alive, and we'll get you in.
And I'm just saying too. Also, like however much money you want to throw at us. I mean, we're willing to make some expansion teams. I'm sure.
That's true. Yeah,
based
you sign up on Patreon,
monies.
and even if you maybe pay a little bit more a month than other Matt,
Ooh.
we'll kick him
Hey.
out.
Yeah.
I'm ruthless.
Are we willing to expand to a 12?
No, absolutely not. I would never.
Oh,
ever.
okay. Never mind.
That gets
Just kidding.
That gets way too deep. Yeah.
My team's already
Yeah.
struggled the way it is on being thin of talent.
What's the max you can do on?
I think 14.
Really?
I don't know.
Man, that'd be chaos.
I've never gone more than 10. 10's enough. I'll go 8 to 10. That's about it.
Yeah.
And 8's even iffy. I'm
8 would
I'm a traditionalist.
seems
I'm a
like it would be
traditionalist.
a lot more fun. But
Well, Tim, why don't you go create your own league and have 8 people?
uh,
Don't invite me. But yeah, it's coming
Jeez,
up quick,
son.
man. We got a month and a half.
Mhm.
2 months. Football season. Boom.
Let's go.
I'm excited. Draft's going to be a lot of fun this year. Any ideas you guys have for food? Let me know. I'm cooking up some ideas. We got that thing. I think most people will be. Ron won't be here, unfortunately. Producer Ron can't make it due to the economy, I guess, or something like that. He spent so much money supporting this podcast, he can no longer afford a plane ticket.
No.
So that's our. We'll let that slide. Producer Ron has done more for this podcast than I have, so he can do whatever. He can miss the draft as many times as he wants. But other than that, I think everybody will be here. Maybe Brandon. I might get Brandon back on the train because
Nice.
we with
He's
changing.
gonna take a train here.
You could.
Is that still a thing?
It'd take a really long time. Take
yeah.
a really
it-
Amtrak, because Amtrak stops like every single city.
Really?
Yeah.
Is there actually a train that can go all the way from?
I don't know. Let's look it up.
you have to. I don't know how many different zigzags it has to take. But yeah, I'm sure.
Amtrak.
Probably goes down.
They do come into Lincoln.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know they come to Lincoln, but I don't.
Probably would have to go all the way down to.
All right, let's see. From Seattle, Seattle, Washington. Oh, no, we don't want that.
I'm guessing you'd have to travel straight down to San Francisco and then it would head west from there, but I have no idea what their lines are like. Because I've even looked into going to like the Northeast, and it is like the travel time is almost equal to what it would take to.
All right, so
drive.
let's say. All right, so
I mean,
to go from
it says
Seattle to
2
Lincoln
days.
tomorrow
Yeah,
for one
2
traveler.
days. 2 days travel on train.
63 hours
Yeah. Well, that's
for $450.
that's nearly 3 days.
Yeah,
Google
Wow.
Maps
you
says
leave Monday and a lot show up on Thursday.
Google Maps. Oh, that's bus. That's why.
Yeah, you
Wait.
have to get on multiple trains for this one.
Yeah, United States not great at passenger train.
That's good. We
things,
should we should eliminate the train altogether.
Well, flying is an absolute nightmare now. People's flights
Tell me
getting
about it.
canceled.
Did your flight get canceled on vacation?
No, our flight out to North Carolina, when we got to Wilmington, literally so we went from Omaha to Wilmington, North Carolina, and then Omaha to Charlotte,
Yeah.
and then it was going to be Charlotte to Wilmington, which like Wilmington's closer to the coast, and our flight just kept getting pushed back like 4 hours.
Oh,
Yeah.
You could
And it wasn't
wouldn't have been
Charlotte to Wellington or from
Charlotte to Wilmington.
yeah, just get a rental at that point.
Yeah, you could have just got a rental car from there.
That's still like a 4-hour drive. I mean,
Really?
because
The
Charlotte,
flight's getting pushed back
true.
4 hours.
because
I guess
Charlotte,
Charlotte's kind of in the middle of the state.
no, it's like near the border. I had to look it up.
I don't know.
So we did that one time. We were flying back from Seattle to Omaha, and our flight got delayed in Colorado as our stop by like 4 or 5 hours, and then like they couldn't get a connecting flight to Omaha, so then they were gonna fly us to Des Moines, and then we would have to drive from Des Moines. So we just like we got off the plane like, okay, we're getting a rental car. We're just gonna drive from Colorado to
Yeah.
to Nebraska.
Yeah.
It's be quicker.
And there's a lot of people like in the commercial airline industry that are saying like if your like trip is 8 to 10 hours, just drive. Like, it's not worth it right now with like the price of plane tickets. With
Oh, and also too, I don't even do
Mhm.
layovers anymore. It's a straight shot or I'm not going. That's how it is. Like I got to go to Phoenix for a bachelor party in September. Like
Well,
I don't care. I'll pay however much extra money. I'm going straight. From
at this point,
Nebraska
I'm
to
sure
Phoenix.
the savings is negligible since everything is expensive anyways. You might as well pay for the extra,
Yeah.
just not to have
Are you
that.
saying I should
that,
first class
that other
then, too?
You're the one.
Business
You're the
class.
YOLO guy. You're the YOLO guy.
how many times have you been on first class?
Who
Never.
needs money?
Never. Hey, you get one time at
I
least.
deserve this,
Yeah.
right? I did on my little bachelor vacation. I deserve. First
And you're
class.
best man, aren't you?
I'm not.
Oh.
That's okay. I mean, it's all right. That's not the point.
Dustin, it's not okay actually. Now that we're thinking about it.
Oh, I didn't mean to open this wound. My bad.
No, I'm just kidding. But yeah. So maybe the best man should pay for me to have first class, my upgrade, since I don't get the honor of being
Yeah.
best man. I should at least get first class. I'm gonna text him. Good idea.
Thank you.
I like your thinking, Vince.
Yeah.
I just came up with that idea myself. but you
No, that was
inspired
me.
the idea.
That was me.
But yeah, straight shot or nothing. Have I talked about my flight anxiety on this episode before? On this
Yeah,
podcast?
many
A
times.
lot.
Many times. Yeah.
Yeah, it bothers me a lot. I'm very scared.
Dude, I love it. I love seeing like feeling the seat like press against you as like the plane.
Yeah, but you're ready to die, Vince. I'm not.
Hell.
Vince is
Yeah, I
like, if
like-
Vince's plane starts going down, he's like, well, at least I'm not going to get old.
I unbuckle the seatbelt. Like, sweet.
I'm an adrenaline junkie, so yeah, I love
Hold
flying.
on. What?
Yeah, like
Since
half
when?
of my job is adrenaline. I mean,
It's true.
it's
He's
pretty
high up there.
dangerous.
He's high up there with sharp objects.
That's true.
Yeah, I mean,
It
it scares me at the same time, but you know, after the fact, you live. It's like, oh,
that's so fun.
Rush.
Like Tim, like
you should think of it like that.
knowing
like,
you,
over-
I'm not an adrenaline junkie, but like knowing you, man,
ride
like,
that.
you calling yourself an adrenaline junkie, just like you know you're not.
I like to go
But
fast.
but it makes sense. It's just kind of funny. You just don't. You're not. You don't have that persona.
Tim, you ever thought about doing like the
I mean, I know how not to die, but at the same time, I like.
Tim, have you gone
the-
skydiving?
Sorry, but no, I would love to. Alyssa wouldn't let me, but what?
we can go together, Tim. I would do it.
Oh yeah.
Just tell her you're coming
We
over.
should
To
we
tell
should
her you're
knock,
going to the podcast.
knock Tyler out and bring him along too.
Just
You're gonna have to, you're gonna have to meet me on the ground, baby.
I wouldn't do it.
just wake him up like, hey Tyler, the plane's going down.
You'd have to do the old Bud Light
Anyway.
commercial where they're in the airplane and the guy's like, guys, I can't do it. I'm not jumping. I can't do it. He's like, not even for a pack of Bud Light, and throws it out the cargo. And then the pilot comes running out and jumps after it.
Well, let's not give credit to Budweiser.
Yeah, bad commercial.
Yeah.
Bad my mistake. This
but-
is before they were owned by Belgian
yeah, right.
companies. This was a cool commercial back in the day. Yeah, no, I will never, ever, ever skydive. Ever. No matter what. Like, you could hold a gun to my wife's head and say, you either skydive or she's gone and says, yeah, it's a nice run, babe. See ya.
What about a gun to your head? Because we know you're scared of
Oh,
dying.
yeah, shoot me. I don't give a fuck.
So hold on. Your fear of death, you'd rather just die
Yeah.
than jump out of an airplane and live.
Yeah. Well, I might not live.
You're definitely not going to live with a bullet in
I
your
would
head.
rather die from
You're
a bullet in my
most
head.
likely going to live
I would ra-
jumping out of an airplane with
I'd
a
rather
parachute
die
on.
from a bullet in my head than falling a bajillion feet to my death.
But again, I just
I mean,
can't
there's
quite
a
comprehend.
tiny bit of logic in there, but it's
What
it's
logic, dude? The likelihood of you living through a
yeah.
bullet to your head is like
I'd
less
rather-
than
I'd rather
1%.
die than have the risk of dying from a. From
That is unreal. That is like there is no logic to
my
that.
flight
Tim.
anxiety is it's not tangible. It's not logical. We've talked about this. You can't justify it.
It's fair. Anyways, Tim,
Yes.
have you ever thought about maybe moving careers to like those guys that climb the large towers and just change?
Oh, that'd
light
be
bulbs?
awesome.
Yeah, dude, they get paid a lot.
Yeah, I heard that, but I still like what I do. I mean, that seems a
fair.
little boring, honestly. I'm
Boring, being up like above
I
the
mean-
clouds.
Changing a light bulb is boring. Yeah, I'm gonna go cut a branch. That's way more fun.
sure every situation is different, though. Yards are
agree.
different, obstacles.
That is-
you
and
got
it is
stuff
like-
over
Buildings
the
are different.
house.
Lights
No,
are
but
different.
if you're just climbing a tower, and yeah, after a while, like, oh yeah, I'm high up in the air. Yeah,
He's
it's
so
not
much-
quite
Tim's so
that's
much of
not
an
quite
adrenaline
enough
junkie.
danger.
That's not exciting enough.
There's not enough thinking in it. Like that's pretty mindless. I mean, yeah, you have to tie yourself in. Yeah, and there's a lot of safety involved. With mine, I'm not attached to anything. I could fall out of that basket anytime.
I
don't wear a helmet.
So for
cringing
one,
right now.
those guys, like, because they have to climb just the ladder
Yeah.
pegs or whatever,
Yeah.
and when they get to a certain height, they have to like move that like carabiner up
Yeah,
one.
yeah.
So for a split second, you're not attached to nothing. If something happens, a strong wind comes around before you get that thing clipped on. Imagine falling that distance, like all the thoughts that you get to go through your head before.
We're gonna
Well,
give.
imagine
We're,
I have.
We've
I've
already
experienced
given.
that. every second. Every second. When I'm flying in an airplane, every second of that flight, that's what's going through my head. In my mind, I am just free falling.
Oh my gosh. You're not free falling.
But I'm thinking about what I would be thinking about if I were free falling.
Yeah.
That's all right. I'll skydive with you. I just gotta get liquored up first.
Yeah, I
Like I said,
mean,
when I fly, give me 5 drinks.
and I
I'll
already got,
walk around the plane like I'm on solid ground. It doesn't matter to me.
yeah. And when I was in Chicago, that at the Sears Tower, they had that little glass box and you sit in.
Yeah.
I laid down face down just
It's
to
cool.
look down. I was like, oh yeah, that's
cool.
pretty. That's pretty cool.
Tim's like, who put this glass
What do you do?
floor here?
Would you, yeah.
He's like stomping on it.
I want to see what this is like. Everyone's like, what are you doing?
Would
I'm
that-
an
would
adrenaline
that-
junkie.
I need the rush.
Would that freak you out? Are you like scared of heights, or is
Yeah,
it just
yeah.
flying? So you wouldn't.
Both.
Okay.
Have you been on in the Sears Tower?
I haven't. I've been to the Space Needle in Seattle.
Do they have like a cool little glass floor thing in there?
No, but their elevator is glass.
Ooh,
so
that's
like
cool.
as you're riding,
Does that
up,
give you-
Yeah, it sucked. I curl up in the corner. I'm like, oh fuck, and then you're on. It's not bad, I guess. When I was on top of the Space Needle, it was okay. Like the wind would come and blow the tower around. That freaked me out a little bit, but I like after I was there a little bit, looking out, the city's all pretty and stuff. I'm like, okay, this is all right. Yeah, I don't know.
I love the. So
There's no logic to anything
gives
that I do.
It just sort of, it like makes me think of like Jackass Forever and like the what was his name, Dark Shark, one of the guy's dads, and they're like up in the airplane, and then they're gonna skydive, and he does not want to, and then they pretend that the plane's actually going down, and so they have to like rush him off. That's what I want to do with you, man.
That's so funny.
That's all I want now.
Dude, they did
That might be my life's goal until I get you to jump out
just
of
to
an
get me
airplane.
to jump out of an airplane. They did that in Impractical Jokers.
Oh my
One of the punishments for the guy who lost the jokes, they tricked him. I don't remember what all the details, but they tricked him into going up into like to skydive. Like they told him like, oh, we're just gonna go up in the plane and then come back down. Like we were just messing with you. And then they get up like, no, you gotta go. And he was like crying the whole way down. I was like, yeah, that would be me.
But he was attached to a professional
Yeah,
skydiver.
yeah.
Yeah.
And that's probably my issue too. I don't trust anybody to attach me to a professional. Could be psycho. Maybe he won't pull it.
He's had a real rough.
Yeah,
he's had a
like-
real rough like couple weeks, you know, and just like
He takes one look at me. He's like, yeah, fuck this guy.
Yeah.
oh man.
So yeah, it's a combination. It's heights. I don't like heights for one. I can kind of get over it. For two, for flying, it's like maybe it's a lack of control. Maybe I don't know.
They have
It's
a
just
god complex, so yeah, that makes sense.
yeah, I think yeah.
See, and so I'm such a logical and rational thinker that like I've overcome my fear of spiders. Even like I used to be. No, I'm not even joking. I used to be like terribly scared of spiders.
Severe
like every little
arachnophobia.
yeah, like all because just like I don't know, like it's like they can bite you. Well, then I learned that there's like only out of the thousands of species of spiders, there's only like less than 100 that can actually bite you, and out of those 100, there's only like a dozen that can actually be dangerous. And I'm just like, oh, well, I don't care anymore. And then like on vacation, there's like a little jumping spider, and jumping spiders are so cool. Like they're kind of adorable. Like a little yeah. And I found one that was like I don't know somewhere, and I was like taking him out of the house, I think. And I was like, oh, carrying him. My mom saw me, holding a spider. And she's like, what the hell are you doing? And I was like, taking the spider outside.
Mom, I've been
Yeah,
crying. This is
she's
my
like,
fear.
you're okay with spiders now? I was like, yeah, they're fine.
So okay, this totally it is a god complex then, because when I think about flying, it's like statistically it's super safe. Like it's safer than driving.
Yeah.
It's like it's completely like how many thousands of flights are going on every single day.
Mm-hmm.
I think I'm the exception.
Yeah,
Statistically,
that's what I'm
everything's
saying.
great. I think I'm the one person who's gonna
It's gonna happen to me.
definitely. I definitely have a god complex. Wow,
Mhm.
good. I'm glad we talked through this, guys. Thanks a lot for helping.
Fair.
But is it gonna
our
change
therapy
anything?
se-
Yeah.
we finally made a breakthrough in our therapy sessions.
And it means nothing.
So I'm gonna keep on keeping it. Tim, what are you scared of? Don't
I used
say
to-
nothing.
No, not nothing, but used like kind of Vince was saying. I used to be terrified of wasps, not white Anglo-Saxon Protestants, but
Nobody was thinking that.
but
Right. Nobody thought that's what you meant. Those haven't existed for just like centuries.
Anyway,
what are you talking?
wasps.
No, what are you talking about?
Nobody has used that to reference white Anglo-Saxons
That
since
doesn't-
the late 1700s, my guy.
All it means is this white.
It doesn't mean that
white-
anymore. I promise you.
White Protestant,
Words
white
change.
non-Catholics. That's all it means.
Awesome. Words change over time, and nobody has used that word.
White
to use-
English non-Catholics.
Tim's like
Anyway.
bad boy atheism's bleeding through.
Damn it. Dude. Anyways,
You just call them white folks now. Like that's just what they're called. White people.
Or crackers.
Yeah, honkies.
Anyway, I got stung.
Edgy was the word.
Mul-
Sorry. Oh, edgy.
Yeah.
As what I was as edgy atheism is bleeding through. Sorry. Continue.
When I was like 5-6 years old, I was stung multiple times by a wasp. It got underneath my shirt, and every time I'd go out to the shed to get the mower out to do the lawn and everything, there was always wasps.
Tim's like panicking. every time you mow.
Anytime they always made a nest in that shed, and if they were out and about and flying around a bunch, I would see them and I'd just run back to the house until they
That's why
calmed down.
That's why Tim never mows his yard to this day. Because he's scared of the wasps.
But eventually it wore off, and I realized that there's only a couple that you really have to make them mad in order to make them sting you. And what happened, that one just landed on me and walked into my shirt, and I went like this.
His own dumbass.
Yeah.
So Tim, did Dane Cook's bit help you through this?
You had a bit about this?
Oh yeah, he's like, can you? It's like he's laughing at people who died by getting stung by bees. He's like, I'll punch every bee in the face. Bees aren't taking me out.
Yeah. I've never been really
Okay, so
scared of bees.
Is there
but
anything
this
you
is
guys
always
fear now?
wasps.
Then I feel like I'm the only one with like current fears. Or are you guys just too tough and too much of adrenaline junkies that nothing scares you?
Trying to think.
Once you kind of get over like the idea of dying, it's not really. It's not that it's too scary.
I saw a therapist about this. He didn't help me at all.
Waste of money.
He's
Dude.
like, yeah,
I'm
bro.
telling you,
He's like,
therapy's a waste.
Yep, death is scary. I'm like, fuck. You're supposed to be helping me with this.
You should have been like, what's scary about it?
Well, I was telling him that I was scared.
Yeah, and then he should have been like, well, what's scary about it? And then you would have said,
I said the unknown.
but you're a Christian, so you know. Then
Yeah, but
That's
there's
what's-
always the faith still is trusting in the unknown.
But your
Anyway, do
faith
you guys have
carries it.
fears or not? We don't need to talk about mine anymore.
I really
So, but
can't.
you guys
think-
have helped me much more than my therapist has. This costs quite a bit more than therapy.
I mean,
but
the one fear of dying would be, I guess, leaving behind the people that cared about me dying too soon. I guess so that is a scary aspect of dying.
I'm just saying your fears in
but-
general. It doesn't have to be dying. That's my fear.
Yeah.
You can't copy my fear, Tim. That's
Not
my
copying
fear.
your
I
fear,
called
but
it
I'm just
first.
saying that'd be the.
Well, I'm with.
don't know.
I
I
podcast
can't- I
with a bunch
can't-
of
I
tough
can't-
guys.
I
Apparently,
can't
They
think
don't
of
scare.
anything.
They're not scared of anything. They're just
I mean,
tough adrenaline junkies.
It's tough. I don't know, like, cause like, I don't know if I'm necessarily scared about it, but like burning to death, that would be a way to go. Like that would not be
Drowning?
fun. Even drowning, I don't know.
Well, I guess that's your goal anyway, so it can't be too
It's
scary
not
for
my
you.
goal. I'm not saying it's my goal, but yeah, I don't know. It's a tough one. Cool.
I'll
100% sure. When I come across something I'm scared of, I'll let you know.
Thanks. In the meantime, I'll just wallow in my own fear while you guys go.
Well, I just want to be somebody that you can look up to.
Thanks, I appreciate that.
I'm still pretty afraid of those Oompa Loompas in the original Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory.
Really?
Yeah.
Or is this a bit
Nightmare.
Oh,
Those are nightmare fuel.
that's because he's racist against little people.
racist?
Or sizist. Sizist against little people.
I think it's ableist.
You're ableist against little people, Tim. Wow.
It's more the they're orange and they help murder children. It's
Well, those children had it coming.
He's not scared of Willy Wonka though. It's the little people he's scared of.
Yeah, Willy Wonka's fine.
The white guy he's not scared of.
The Wasp.
I love Gene Wilder. I just
I thought it was Johnny Depp.
Nice.
No, those
You're
those
thinking
little,
of
those
Alice in
little
Wonderland.
those little guys. Those little guys don't scare me, but the orange ones do.
Say calling them little guys. Come on. Tim probably hated Tyrion Lannister in the Game of Thrones.
I think little people is still the somewhat politically correct thing.
But you said little guys.
Little guy.
And that's
slang.
sexist. And
I feel like that's more endearing.
Hey, little guy.
I mean, they are. I mean, little
Well,
do
dude.
you want
go-
to pat
go-
him on the top of the
Yeah,
head
go
too,
to a
Tim?
little person. Hey, little guy.
Tussle their hair. No.
I feel like you're gonna get kicked in the dick if that.
Be good content. Let's do that, Tim.
Yeah.
Hold on. So what were our content videos? I was gonna bathe in a pool of Coors Light.
Baptized. You're gonna be baptized.
Baptized in a pool of Coors Light.
Mhm.
We're gonna jump out of planes together with GoPros.
Yeah.
And now Tim's gonna go up to a little person and say, "Hey, little guy," and pat him on the head.
I think that speaking of TikTok videos earlier, there was this one where
That's why this podcast is failing. We don't have TikTok. We create all these
That's
TikTok
gonna be-
videos. We're going to the top.
no, but there was this one where like a little person like opens his car door and like, what would you do if I did this? And this guy's like walks out of his vehicle and he's like, wait 1 second. And he was a double leg amputee, and he took off his legs. He's like, wait 1 second, and he took him off. He went in the car, took him off, came out, and he's like, come here.
I've seen that one.
There was this somebody. I think it was Twitter or Reddit. Somebody posted this. It was like a Swedish commercial, so it was all in a foreign language. But it was like this guy and this girl had like just woken up from having sex or whatever, and it's kind of like the
Nice.
morning after or whatever, and then she gets
Pillow
up.
talking with a.
Yeah, she gets up, and then like some guy walks home with a briefcase and like looks at him in his spot, and the other guy's like, "Oh, sorry," and it's like, and the commercial was, "You wouldn't like it if they took your spot." The guy got out of the bed and had no legs and got into his wheelchair, so it's like advocating against parking and handicap
Yeah.
spots.
That's
So it's like
hilarious.
they wouldn't like it. You wouldn't like it if they took your spot.
That's funny. The one I saw on TikTok was like it was a little person on a boat, and he's like hammered. You could tell he was drinking, and then all of a sudden it cuts to this like little RC boat in a bathtub running over like a mermaid doll. And like bumping over it, and then it cuts back to him and him falling over on the boat. It was really funny. That's really funny.
God's punchlines.
Dude, that was good. That was really
We're a
good.
big TikTok podcast now, apparently.
Yeah, I mean, we could try it. We could try
You're
our
in
hand
charge,
at it.
Vince. Do whatever you want.
I don't know how to do TikTok,
Yeah.
but I mean,
No,
we
I-
could try something. Well, fuck
I
you
don't
then,
wanna
Tim.
do
God
I
damn.
think we did the beer pool idea.
Be a good one.
Be a good one. All right.
You'd have to wear your like. You don't have an America jersey, do you?
No, but I have my my American flag button down.
Okay. You'd have to wear that. You need something that's like USA.
I have my American Outlaws shirt.
There you go. You'd have to like wear something like that. So that way the
They
context is
understand, yeah.
yeah. So
I'm so upset about it. That's my biggest fear too. Somehow getting stranded in Belgium. I'll fight everybody else. Fight my way out of the country.
nobody's trying to like hold you back. Get out of my way.
Let me out of here.
Just leave.
Border Patrol's like, you could go.
Yeah.
Ah! Taking as many of you out with me as I can. I want to go. That'd be another good TikTok video. Let's go to Belgium together and just piss on waffles. go to a restaurant, order a big stack of waffles, and just pull our pants down in the middle of the restaurant and
like-
pee, urinate all over the.
Seems like a good way to get incarcerated.
Yeah, but it'd be good content.
I really like waffles though, man.
Not Belgian waffles. They're good here,
Yeah,
but the ones they make in Belgium are
One's-
disgusting. It
one's
tastes
made
like ash.
by American hands.
Yeah. And we've already established that the Belgians didn't invent waffles.
Right.
They tried.
Waffle House
They
did.
tried. Yeah, they tried. Belgium tried to stake their claim and name it themselves, which is pretty much a war crime.
Mm-hmm.
So
Well, I mean, obviously waffles exist if there's such thing as Belgian waffles. Waffles already existed, so.
anything else?
UFC. I watched that.
Let's
I
not
bought-
talk about UFC. Let's talk about
Oh, we forgot about the
Big
Big
Ten
Ten
thing,
thing.
yeah. USC and UCLA are joining the Big Ten.
Yeah. This is
What it's becoming is
I-
the NCAA is going to be eliminated. It's going to be like you know how we talked over the tiers of American soccer. That's how it's going to be for football. We're going to have the NFL and then Big Ten, SEC, semi-pro, high school.
yeah. The NCAA is screwed.
That's what they're doing. Is they're the Big Ten is loading up.
Yeah, there's just
to-
going to be
to
two
secede.
conferences.
Yeah, that's-
Yeah.
They're not going to be conferences. They're going to be 2 leagues.
You think it's been two leagues?
That's what it's going to come to. It's going to come to the Big Ten league, and then it'll be the southeastern, the SEL.
They're just
I think
split
that's
the
what they're doing.
country diagonally.
Well, that's what they're going to do. They're splitting away from the NCAA, and they're going to be their own leagues. That's why Big Ten's loading up, is so they can be their own league. Unless the commissioner of Big Ten and SEC shake hands and say we're going to create our own league, which is possible too. But what I imagine,
I would
is-
hope they do that, but they keep it like two.
I would too, but I'm saying it's possible. I feel like these conferences are getting so big that they
Yeah.
can create their leagues. Because think about that. I mean, if the Big Ten goes to 16 teams, that is, SEC grows to 16, 20 teams.
They're already at
That's-
16,
that-
and they're adding another 2, aren't
yeah,
they?
and that's going to
so
be
they're going to
that's
be 18.
That'll be too big for a league, honestly. So they'll be their own individual leagues.
Because before Oklahoma and Texas, they were already at 16.
Yeah.
Yeah, so they're going to be 18 in 2024. 16. God damn.
That's what I'm saying.
It's
I
an
think-
arms race.
I think these conferences are loading up to secede and be their own league.
Yeah, which don't get me
College-
wrong.
College
don't-
football's dead.
It's not dead. There's still going
As
to be
we
college.
know, as we know it.
Yeah, there's still going to be
Yeah.
college football. Like that's never going away.
but now
but-
it's
Those would be a
now
different
they're getting
entity.
paid, so it's a semi-pro,
Yeah, it's
or some getting paid better than some pros.
mhm.
Poor vet minimums.
What I'm nervous about, and this is the important thing, is that we're finally getting EA college football back, and now
They're
and
like,
they-
all right, it's too difficult. We're not doing this anymore.
right, and that's like that's what's kind of, and granted, I mean they don't, because they went through because it's literally EA Sports NCAA football. If this happens, now they're gonna have to like renegotiate with, and if it is 2 leagues, they're gonna have to negotiate with 2 different leagues, and then each school in those leagues, like, it just seems
It's a bit much.
we're gonna lose,
I-
lose our college
I'm
football
excited.
again.
I got FIFA 22.
Mm-hmm.
You can create your own team.
Oh,
I was so excited when
Dude,
I found that out. I
that's
created
awesome.
my own Camden FC in England. I was super excited. You get to create your own jerseys, and
not gonna make an American team.
I don't want to play in the MLS. It's fun.
I will. That was like one of the NHL games. Oh man, I don't remember what year.
I think it was 20.
It was on-
We talked about it 20, but I was just impressed that FIFA brought it back.
Yeah, no, but like one of the NHL games. I think it was on the original Xbox back in the day. Had to like create your own team thing, and like then you needed to draft players for it, and then you had to
So fun.
yeah it was amazing.
So yeah, now you can do it FIFA.
Shit, I might
You,
I
just
might.
can't, you can't draft players. That's all.
So what do you just like replace a team?
Yeah. So what you do is you
Oh,
replace
that
the team, but they
sucks.
give you customized players. You can pick how
Oh,
good your
okay.
team is.
Oh, that's also kind of lame.
Yeah.
I'm assuming you have there's no salary caps, huh?
No, but you do have a budget, a transfer budget.
Mm.
So like I created my team in the championship, the second tier English league,
Yeah,
and then I'm working on building them up, and then I can buy more players and become better.
right. Yeah, because this game had like a salary cap.
Yeah, salary cap
stuff.
and drafting was so fun, and like Madden back in the
Mhm.
day in NHL. But
Yeah.
all right,
cool.
well,
Well, I might have to get FIFA 22. I had 20. I forgot
you
I
missed
had.
it. It was a free download for PlayStation a couple months ago. That's how I got
Oh,
it.
really?
Yep.
Yeah, I forgot I had FIFA 21. I just forgot that it was on my PlayStation. And so that's what's been kind of helping me cope with hanging up the boots and the gloves. So, but yeah, speaking of, we're not going to talk about UFC. The fights were awesome.
I bet.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know.
Who won?
In the there was 2 championship fights.
Okay.
One was for the
Welterweight?
middle. Yeah, welterweight and middleweight fights, I think. And Alexander Vastovsky, which very Russian name, but he's actually from Australia or New Zealand. I don't remember which. He won.
Yeah, same
Kept his title. It was his 3rd fight with Max Holloway, and man, it was just sad. It was sad to watch because like Max Holloway, like he's already lost to this dude twice, and he got picked apart, man. But like his chin, it was unreal. And also like I don't know if you're watching fights, like he had a bad cut, like it's gonna need stitches above his left eye, and like watching bleeding everywhere. But then like they go back to their corner guy, and he just like stuffs a freaking cotton swab like into that wound. It's just like, oh man, it's like that has to hurt so bad. And then the middleweight, it had to have been a middleweight fight, was Israel Adesanya, which is my boy, fought Jalen Cannonier, which is a dope ass last name too. But and Israel won. Izzy won. Kept his title.
Did you guys see Le'Veon Bell and Adrian Peterson in a box?
Gobi boxing, yeah, great. 2 guys are just terrible CTE, just beating the shit out of each other.
All right. Yeah, I don't know. UFC to me, it's like at the same time, it's like it's really, really boring when they're just grappling or like tied up on the ground and like just doing that. But it's at the same time when they're just swinging, when they're just swinging arms and legs at each other, it's like oh god, that looks like it.
See, I love blood sport.
I don't know.
I love it.
Both aspects
and
of
also,
it.
it gives me hope because, like, some of these guys, one of the fights was Donald Cerrone and, like, Tim Miller, I think was his name. And both of these guys, so Tim Miller, he has the most UFC appearances in UFC history. I think he had, like, 40-some fights. It's unreal.
That's a lot.
Yeah. He had tied for 3rd most finishes in UFC history. Donald Cerrone... he has the 2nd most finishes in UFC history, and is like, and yeah, and they're both like old vets, like in their 40s, dude, and they're fighting each other, and it just gave me hope. I was like, maybe I can still finally start just training to beat the shit out of somebody. To do it legit. I want to do it. I want to do it.
I just hope they stop trying to do the Conor McGregor money grab BS.
Yeah,
fights,
the UFC, the UFC, I don't think will ever bring him back, but I'm sure he'll do some more like stupid publicity.
You need to train so
fight some YouTubers or something.
Vince is a YouTuber. Vince, start training
to fight Conor McGregor. Well,
like
except
half your height.
And he also like asked for like $50 million just to do it, and you're like, oh, I don't have that much. This is for pride. This is for pride, Connor. He's like, I don't have any of that. I could care less.
What is that?
Yeah, he's like, I won how many championships?
All right. Happy 4th, everybody. Woo. Happy George Washington Day. I think fuck England.
Yeah.
And Belgium, too, now.
Belgium, yeah. Especially Belgium.
Especially Belgium. But
England's
also,
kind of a meme.
It's kind of a meme, but also, like, the fact they still have a monarchy is pretty disgusting. And the fact that it's celebrated amongst many Americans
figureheads.
is even more disgusting.
Figureheads.
That's what they want you to think, Tim.
Yeah, they're more
I'm
free.
Gonna, you know what?
In my mind, the country that we're independent from is more free than us now.
In honor of 4th of July, 1776, I'm gonna destroy some tea. My wife made a whole jug of iced tea. I'm gonna take it out front and I'm gonna smash that entire thing, that little pitcher, that glass pitcher. I'm gonna smash it on the ground for this country. She's gonna get really mad at me. It'll be hilarious. Another TikTok video.
Okay.
Who's gonna clean up all that glass?
my kids. All right. Thanks everybody for listening. That was Garage Talk Podcast. Subscribe on YouTube so you get updates when we go
It's a tiny
live.
hand,
Yada,
so
yada,
you're
yada.
unbelievable.
Goodbye. Love you. Appreciate you. Have a happy 4th.